do the audit first and then some of the components within it. I'm going to skip to page 8. That's just the changes. It won't apply to you unless you've already done the audit and want to know that. Essentially, there's not a whole lot to it. If you download this document from our website, you can print it out. I'm going to show you, for instance, this section, general questions. It's one of 4. It starts here. You'll see it's only that 2 pages long. It's 15 criteria. A lot of these are just basic things you're probably doing anyway. It's just putting them into a food safety plan and following and adhering to them. Let me just go up to the top here. So again, this one is point-based. Anything over, and I'll show you at the bottom, they'll tell you how many points it is. You get them, you don't. Anything that's grayed out with no points means if you don't do it, it's deemed critical. You fail, they come back another day. So my general guidance is print these out, look at your farm and honestly go through and score yourself based off whether or not you're doing these things, have documentation when it's required. And then when you get to the bottom, like I said, so it's only 15 things here and there's only 4 sections within the body. You'll add up your points, subtract them. You'll just times it by 0.8. If you got an 80, congratulations, you passed this section and you just go on to the next one. And I'll just show you real quick. So for instance, like part 1 is farm review. You'll see same thing. I'm just going to scroll down and show you. So 13 requirements there. And then depending on if you use soil amendments, it'll either be option A, B, or C, or all 3 if you do all 3. It will or won't apply to you. And then is there traceability? You get to the bottom, you score it, and that's your farm. One other thing you should look at, like I said, this is the one I encourage. If you have a buyer requesting it or if you need it to get into markets, start with GAP GHP. On our website, it just links directly to their resources. This is the guide. It's a pretty short read. It's a total of 37 pages, but of that, 12 pages is table of contents, overview, etc. But I'm going to scroll down just to show you a section. No, we don't need the auditors. We don't need preparing. We don't need scheduling. So see, we're just now about to get to it. Hang on. General questions. So when you start here and read it, this will just help you understand what they're looking for and why. So it's kind of the Cliff Notes version. You score yourself, you read this document, and it puts you in pretty good footing, because I'm going to walk you through MAPS and a food safety plan to kind of demystify that. But realistically, that's all there is to these audit schemes. Now, will you be doing everything correctly on your farm? Probably not. A lot of it's education, learning, and developing as you go. So just remember that, score yourself, read this document, and then you'll kind of have a good understanding on the 2. Let me switch back to my Zoom, if it'll let me. No, it won't. Okay, I'm not going to fiddle with that. Any questions so far on this audit itself and the 4 sections, the scoring, or reading the cheat sheet, so to speak, before we go on to the actual food safety plan and MAPS and a few facts about the process? All right, I'm going to close these out then.